We will resist. That's what these demonstrators are shouting in Istanbul's Kartal district. For more than a year, they have come here at least once a week to protest their dismissals. Betül Celep takes part as often as she can. The 32-year-old used to work with Istanbul's development agency until she was sacked in January 2017. She still remembers the last day of her old life very well.
It was on a Friday night. I was sitting outside with my friends. We heard the news that the government had sacked thousands of people by a new decree. They published a list with all the names on it. We had a look to find out if we knew anyone. And then I saw my name. I felt so terrible. Your whole life is ruined just because your name is on a list. I was furious and told them, I will be back and demand justice.
Betül Celep says she has nothing to do with terrorists. She thinks she was sacked because she is a leftist unionist, a critical voice.
Betül Celep is by no means an isolated case. Since the failed coup attempt in summer 2016, up to 150,000 people have been sacked or suspended from their jobs. Many of them have even been jailed. They were civil servants, teachers, doctors, professors, once pillars of society. They were suddenly declared to be enemies of the state, often with very little explanation why.
Sociologist Bayram Erzurumluoğlu also lost his job during one of the purges. He used to teach at the University of Adıyaman. Now he lives in Istanbul and documents the names and stories of those who got sacked. The pictures of mass arrests that were broadcasted on Turkish TV still shock him.
Maybe a housewife. In law, prosecutors have to prove that you are a criminal, you are a terrorist. But in our case, in my case or in our case, we have got to prove that we are innocent. Those who are being accused of being member of this organization called FETÖ cannot stand the charges and social discrimination or social stigma. Some of them commit suicides. Some of them leave their home, leave their cities, so that they can they become invisible at another place, so that they can live their daily life a bit easier.
According to official figures, some 4,000 Turks who were dismissed after the coup attempt have since gotten their jobs back. One of them agreed to give an interview, but anonymously, because officially he is not allowed to talk about his case. The primary school teacher says he was suspended for about 3 months, a relatively short forced break compared to many other cases.
Overnight, I suddenly got my job back. And of course, I was very happy. But I don't believe it had anything to do with justice. I'm still being investigated. For weeks, I didn't get paid. And I had psychological problems. And who knows? Maybe I'll be sacked again. The threat still exists.
Back to Betül Celep. At home, her cats are waiting for her. She used to have a flatmate until a short while ago, but she moved out because she was afraid to get into trouble with the authorities herself. Friends who suddenly turned their back, that's also something Betül had to get used to.
I know there are many people like me. They die a so-called civil death, but I don't want to accept this. I try to resist. For the rest of my life, I will fight for everyone who experiences injustice and unlawfulness. And I hope to get back my job in the meantime. Only if we resist can we keep the hope alive.
And that's why Betül Celep is leaving for the next protest. 1 year ago, she had a well-paid job as a civil servant. Now she has become an activist, fighting to get back her old life.